Gucci seen you on YouTube, reached out to you. How did you feel when he reached out to you? Was you fucked up? Did you believe it? Or you thought it was a fake account?
Yeah, I ain't believe it at all. Look at my phone. I said, hell no, I wake up, I get all the way up. Look at my phone again. He text me again. He was like, what's up? I text back right there. I was like, what's chopping? He was like, man, I'm rocking with your music, home. You too hard. I instantly put my clothes on, leave. I go to the house. I wake Pops up. You know, this my manager. Hell no, this ain't real.
Right.
I wake him up. I show him. He couldn't believe he done there sweating. He get to sweat. So look, he sent me his number. He said, FaceTime me. I FaceTime him from there. We talked about like 5 hours. And it was up from there. And now fucking twin sister, mama's cousin.
Roll of the dice.
Yeah.
Shiesty, he home. He still on the label.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Shiesty, I got big plans for Shiesty, man.
Yeah.
That's what I've been waiting on, Shiesty.
Yeah.
So we finna go up through there now. And Pooh finna come out too, and I got big plans for him too. I got to just execute these plans.
Everything right on time.
Bro, it's very exciting times now.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on them, I can't lie.
Who would play the young Gucci in your movie?
I like, what's the dude play Shinofa?
Pooh Shiesty and Chopper Gang ran down on Gucci Mane, relieved him of some of his possessions, and basically forced him to sign a contract releasing Pooh Shiesty from 1017. The label. I had people hit me up saying, some of Gotti's people are the one who did this. When you listen to the FDO song, he's shouting out Yo Gotti. If you're signed to Gucci Mane, you are not showing Yo Gotti love.
That means it was a sneak attack. Let's just say maybe Gucci made arrangement to come to Dallas. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Pooh's in Dallas, I'm gonna book some studio time.
Yeah.
We gonna get it in. Hey, Pooh them at the door, let them in. Can't come in, right? It had to be some shit like that. Gucci wouldn't have been anticipating the problem. It wouldn't have been that easy.
I feel like the signing artist part of Gucci's life is over.
But bro, what's really gonna be over is Pooh Shiesty's career.
Yeah.
He's gonna put his on the shelf. Y'all going on the shelf, boy.
I'm like, man, I don't believe Gucci just sit there and just let a nigga do something to him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this was like some surprising news. At least it was for me. That I didn't really expect it, but they're saying Pooh Shiesty robbed Gucci Mane over Gucci Mane not wanting to help out when Scar died. And they're saying that now he's signed to Yo Gotti.
They said he was locked up. I just saw he out.
Oh, he's out, or he was in
He was on live.
a halfway house for a while.
He was in the halfway house, but he wasn't posting on the internet while all that was going on. I heard that too. They went in the studio, met him, tried to press him, like all his big homies, I think they said his pops, all type of motherfuckers. And then they said Gucci punched one of them and they shit, you feel me? So, ain't no telling. I don't believe Gucci just sit there and just let a nigga do something to him. You know what I'm saying? Over the scar, I understand everything, but they say Gucci supposed to punch one of them shit. And his ring fell off and his watch broke, and he picked it up. So I don't think it was like a robbery, like, nigga, give me that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a scuffle, it was going down, and then he lost his pieces.
Oh,
bitch. Snitchatron.
You got
What y'all expected out of Pooh Shiesty since he just got out?
So what we expecting out of Pooh Shiesty since he just got out?
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah,
music for sure.
To get it back in blood.
Get back in that music for sure.
That's all he gonna be focused on watching. That's all you gonna see.
Don't do no club.
He ain't about to do. He just about to drop hella shit.
No bullshit right now.
He just about to drop shit.
Ain't putting on, man. That's all we know, man. Putting on like the lawn, man. Freedom murder, man. Know what's going on.
Their way.
Devils who got them served. They weren't doing it for the saint, man.
Everyone thought this was about to be one of the coldest comebacks in modern rap history. Pooh Shiesty walks out the feds, Gucci Mane posts him up like the prodigal son returning home, and the streets already start whispering about another run. But instead of a victory lap, what followed felt like the start of a war. A chilling video, robbery whispers, and then allegations so extreme they sound like something ripped straight out of a hood movie. The wild part? None of this actually came out of nowhere, because before the fallout, before the rumors, before the internet picked sides, This looked like the perfect big bro little bro story. Pooh Shiesty didn't just rise fast, he exploded. Coming out of Memphis, he caught fire with a raw, unapologetic sound that felt dangerous and authentic at the same time. When Back in Blood dropped with Lil Durk, it didn't creep up the charts. It kicked the door down. The record cracked the Billboard Hot 100, dominated playlists, and turned Shiesty into a name nobody could ignore. His debut project landed high on the Billboard 200, and suddenly Memphis had another certified star moving units nationwide. Standing right behind him was Gucci Mane, the trap god himself. When Gucci signed Pooh Shiesty to 1017 Records, it felt symbolic, like a torch being passed. Gucci didn't just give him a deal, he gave him validation, access, and protection in an industry that eats young artists alive. They dropped visuals together, showed real chemistry, and made it clear this wasn't just business. This was family. At least, that's how it looked on the surface. They ran it up fast. Music videos, label compilations, the joint appearances. When Shiesty's momentum kept climbing, Gucci doubled down. He publicly praised him, pushed him as the future of the label, and even gifted him a flashy green Trackhawk that went viral online. To the outside world, everything looked locked in. But while the spotlight was shining bright, warning signs were already flashing in the background. Because the same year Pooh Shiesty signed that deal, things took a turn that would follow him for years. A situation in Florida pulled federal attention his way, and suddenly the momentum had a shadow attached to it. Another incident followed not long after, tightening the pressure. By the time the dust settled, the system closed in. Shiesty eventually took a plea on a federal conspiracy charge, and the sentence was heavy. That's when most label heads would have stepped back. But Gucci didn't. He stayed vocal. He spoke on Shiesty's behalf. He made it clear he was still riding for his artist. Even as the consequences played out, Gucci kept saying the same thing. He had plans. Big ones. He made it sound like Shiesty's return wasn't a question of if, but when. And while Pooh Shiesty was doing his time, counting days behind those walls, something happened that changed the emotional temperature of everything. Because this wasn't just about music anymore, this was about blood. Big Scar wasn't just another artist on 1017, he was Pooh Shiesty's cousin, family, and while Shiesty was locked away, Scar was making his own noise under the same label, earning his respect spot by spot. Then suddenly, the news hit. Big Scar passed away at just 22 years old from an accidental situation involving prescription meds. For Shiesty, that loss hit different. There was no funeral attendance, no final goodbye, just bad news echoing through concrete walls. Grief doesn't move the same when you're locked down. It sits, it festers. And by the time Shiesty came home, that pain was still fresh. Then came the funeral situation. Almost immediately, public accusations started flying. Scar's family claimed promises were made about funeral expenses. Promises they say weren't fully kept. Numbers got thrown around, receipts got posted, emotions spilled all over social media. Gucci's camp tried to clear things up, explaining what was paid and what wasn't. Later, Scar's father attempted to calm the situation, calling it a misunderstanding. But by then, it didn't matter. Because when grief mixes with money and public embarrassment, damage sticks. Especially when one side feels disrespected. Especially when the person who might have smoothed it over was sitting in federal custody when it all went down. And just when you thought this tension existed on its own, another long simmering beef crept back into the picture. Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti's rivalry didn't start yesterday. It goes back over a decade, rooted in competition, timing, and personal issues that went way beyond rap. At one point, even Gucci's relationship became part of the tension, adding fuel to something that was already volatile. Over the years, fans started noticing a pattern. Gucci signing Memphis artists. A lot of them. Some people saw it as business, others saw it as strategy. Either way, Memphis became a battleground without anyone ever saying it out loud. Then, in 2024, Gucci made a move that shocked the industry. He announced he was releasing nearly his entire roster, except for Pooh Shiesty and one other artist. He framed it as a business decision after reviewing finances. But to many, it felt like the end of an era, the unraveling of a plan that once looked unstoppable. So when Pooh Shiesty finally walked free in October 2025, the stage was perfectly set. This was supposed to be the moment, the comeback arc, the redemption chapter. Gucci Mane didn't hesitate either. He welcomed Shiesty home publicly, calling him family, and signaling to the industry that 1017 was back in business. The internet ate it up. Fans started predicting interviews, surprise drops, visuals on visuals, and another dominant run that would pick up right where things left off. But almost immediately, something felt off. And that welcome home post everyone had screenshotted and celebrated, gone, quietly deleted with no explanation, no follow-up, no clarification, just erased. And in hip-hop, when a post disappears, people assume the relationship did too. Then came Shiesty's return record. Numbers-wise, it did exactly what it needed to do. The hunger was still there. The fan base hadn't moved an inch. The streets were listening. But fans weren't just listening to the beat, they were listening to what wasn't being said. In the lyrics, Shiesty showed love to Yo Gotti, shouted him out by name, let it be known where respect was being placed. What stood out wasn't the shout-out itself, it was the absence. No Gucci mention, no big bro acknowledgement, no wouldn't be here without him bars. Nothing. In hip-hop, silence speaks louder than disses. Oh, and this silence was deafening. That's when speculation went from quiet whispers to full-blown noise. Bloggers started connecting dots that may or may not have existed. Fans split into camps overnight. Comment sections turned into war zones. And then one allegation dropped that turned curiosity into straight chaos. A popular online personality claimed that Pooh Shiesty had allegedly been involved in forcing Gucci Mane to sign release papers from his 1017 contract under extreme circumstances. The claim hit like a bomb. Screenshots started circulating. Threads popped up everywhere. People added their own details, their own timelines, and their own insider info. Jewelry whispers followed, stories of intimidation, viral clips breaking everything down frame by frame. Suddenly, everybody had a source, and nobody had proof. Another YouTuber poured gasoline on the fire, claiming Gucci allegedly lost expensive personal items during a confrontation connected to the situation. That was all it took. Rumor turned into assumed fact in hours. Reaction videos multiplied, narratives hardened. The internet had already decided something foul went down. But here's where things get tricky. There were no police reports, no official statements, no charges, no confirmations from either side, just loud voices moving faster than facts. Around the same time, rumors started flying that Shiesty had been taken back into custody. That story unraveled just as fast, with clarification that he was simply completing a halfway house phase tied to supervised release. But by then, the damage was done. Once the internet smells blood, corrections don't travel nearly as far as accusations. Meanwhile, Yo Gotti was showing love publicly, posting Shiesty, standing next to him, being spotted with him overseas, no explanations needed. The optics alone told a story words didn't have to. And that's when people finally said the quiet part out loud. This relationship wasn't strained, it wasn't rocky, it was done, cooked, beyond repair. And whatever really happened behind closed doors, only a few people actually know. Neither Gucci Mane nor Pooh Shiesty has directly addressed the most extreme allegations. No confirmations, no denials, just distance. And sometimes, distance is the loudest answer. For Gucci, this situation reopened old conversations. About 1017, about artists leaving, about tragedies connected to the label. People started calling it cursed. Losing Pooh Shiesty, arguably his last major star, wasn't just personal. More, it was symbolic. For Pooh Shiesty, the future is still wide open, but clouded. The numbers say he's still wanted. The controversy says he'll always come with questions. A potential move to CMG could elevate him even higher, or drag him into another storm. And sitting in the middle of it all is a harsh truth the rap game never escapes. Loyalty is currency, and currency can be spent, borrowed, or taken. What started as mentorship turned into silence. What looked like brotherhood turned into speculation. And until someone finally breaks that silence, the real story stays buried under rumors, clips, and internet noise. The streets are watching, the industry is watching, and somewhere between all of it, the truth is still waiting to come out.